Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Hope you all are doing well. Another week, another episode,
Another Dolphins loss.
and a Redskins win, or a Commanders win, I should say.
Mm.
And another week of talking about coaching, mental health, and giving you all power moves to take with you on your journey through this life. All right. So this is something that comes up a lot in coaching circles, not in mental health. But in coaching circles, we talk about this issue quite a bit. I've had coaches have conversations with me about it. I've had conversations with clients about it. And it's this whole idea of deservedness, what you deserve, what you think you deserve in life. And when we get caught up in this, I'd say, trap of what I deserve, I've earned it, I deserve it. And when things don't work out for us, it's a dead end street. I mean, you can go flying into the stop sign and just get yourself hurt because it gets us nowhere. And yet it's something that so many of us have thought and felt over the years. I know I have.
Different than entitlement? Different?
It's the same. Oh, that's interesting. You just said that, Tim. Well, it's very similar. I was going to say deserved, take that out and interchange it with entitlement.
Okay.
Entitlement to me, I've never thought that I was entitled, but maybe I did think I was entitled. We talk a lot about entitlement, and well, to be completely honest, we do see people who are air quote entitled in our communities at times, and everybody around where we live, our good friends who get tired of it. People who are entitled, they think that they don't have to pay what everybody else pays. They think that they just deserve a second meal because their first one in the restaurant, the server brought it out too late, so I'm entitled to a second full meal and take it off my check. We've seen that. And you're just like, oh, it's an ugliness.
I think it's more of like an aura. Entitlement, I think it's different.
Okay. Yeah. They're similar. I haven't thought of myself as being entitled. I don't think I'm entitled to a free meal and try to get something for free. It's what I think of for some reason, probably because the environments with which I've experienced it. Or you think in the checkout line where somebody has like 30 items on the line that's 10 only and you don't really care. And everybody behind you is like rushed and want to get out and has their 5 or 6 items in the fast checkout in the grocery store. And you're like, who do you think you are? You're new to the sign and you got 30 things. If we've seen that. And sometimes you think to yourself, just who do they think they are? They're so entitled. You know?
Yeah. I think like if that's the camp you fall into is the entitlement camp, then I think it's not really about the situation at all. It's just how you roll through life. Like you're entitled to all things.
It can be a modus operandi of certain individuals that I know. Deserving to me is we feel that we deserve better. We feel this discontent inside of us and we think we've deserved better. And it usually comes from a place for many people of, I have put in the work. I have worked hard for this. I have done what I have felt or I have deemed I needed to do, or the information I had, I've done it.
Yeah.
And it has not worked out for me. Damn it, I deserve more. I deserve better. I deserve different.
I think that's it exactly. I think you have done something to deserve something else versus entitlement. You don't have to do a darn thing. You just happen to be born this way, right? Like I can just float through life and I'm entitled to this.
Some of that's a taught.
Yeah.
Maybe from the people around us.
Maybe.
And the opposite of deservingness is really shrinking away from opportunities. And that is more of like imposter syndrome. So we'll touch upon a little bit of that today. But really this episode is going to be about how the trap of you thinking you're deserving more in all the things in life, wherever that might be for you. And you all can think in your minds about where have you been in a place of I deserve. Okay. It's a hard mindset to have. It's a hard place to be mentally. I know for myself when I've gotten caught up in that, it gets me nowhere. And this is what the research shows, is it increases anxiety and depression and irritability and anger, which can be a form of depression because it's not working out for us. And damn it, I deserve more. I deserve better.
Yeah.
Okay. So when's the last time you thought to yourself, I deserve better than this? I think many of us have been there. I deserve better than this, or like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this that's happening in my life. When's the last time you thought that? Think about that for a minute. Pride and self-doubt spring from the same root. Deserve. Pride and self-doubt. So self-doubt is the imposter syndrome piece. We're focusing on the pride part today.
Okay.
I deserve.
Sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think the last time I've thought about it that way. There's definitely times where you're like, for me, like selfishly for me, I wish I would have went my way that time. But am I thinking that I deserved it to go that way? I don't know.
I definitely.
I'm not saying never. I'm just saying I don't embrace that first. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not conscious of it.
So what's the opposite of deserving? I think it's gratitude.
Yeah.
So it's always going to go back to gratitude. What the research, psychological research shows is that gratitude strengthens our self-esteem, while entitlement or deservedness diminishes it, which is interesting. So people who feel entitled, they often expect these good outcomes as a right. It's my right to this good outcome.
Yeah.
When the
And it's
world,
like every time.
and the world doesn't comply to you,
Yeah.
you're suffering more. How it shows up to the outside observer or somebody third person or adjacent to a situation is irritability, anger, raising voices, having a temper tantrum. I'm talking about adults. Who do you think you are? I deserve this right now. And you can think of it inside your mind. Let's say you're just living inside your head. Nobody really knows that you have a sense of deservedness. But wow, the self-talk in your mind and in your head about what you're saying, but I've done this, I've done that, I deserve this. That just can fester and grow deep inside of us. And it all comes to this place of, you don't have gratitude. I deserve this. I'll have gratitude once I get what it is I think I deserve. Then I'll have gratitude.
Yeah.
You're barking up a tree. Seriously, you're going to get knocked down by a branch.
So, all right. So hold on. Let's walk through this scenario. So let's say in a place of employment, there's an opportunity for advancement, right? And you've got two candidates, two internal candidates who have worked together. They have history, blah, blah, blah. One of them feels that they deserve a shot. They feel like they put in the effort, they put in the time, they've done the things. Maybe they've been there for a little bit. They feel like they deserve a shot at this position. And then you have the other candidate who comes from a place of entitlement. I don't even think they think about the things that they've done to get a chance to have this position. They just feel like it just should be handed to them. That's my position. They don't even think that
I was here first, or I have done the work. I've done the work.
Yeah.
I was here first, and I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I deserve this.
They don't even consider that there's another alternative to that.
The hard one is, and I think many of us can relate to this, is I've done the reps. I put in the reps. I put in the work, and I'm still being passed over. I deserve this. I deserve this promotion. I deserve this higher level position. I deserve to be picked.
Yeah.
I deserve to be chosen.
But that comes from a place of looking internally first. When you think that you deserve it, it's like you know that you've done the stuff. Versus if you're entitled, I don't think you even think about that. I think you just think, that's my position. That's
yeah, but it's similar too, Tim, because if you stay in the headspace of deservedness and it doesn't work out, who's suffering? You didn't get offered the position. Joe Schmo, your colleague, got it, and you don't understand it. You can't figure it out. Okay, it's done. What are you going to do? You're going to go complain to your boss? Well, that's a bad look. You're going to go to HR? What are you going to do? You're going to complain and bitch and moan to the team leader? What are you going to do?
Well,
you're going to have a bad attitude and sulk?
I don't think so.
Do?
I don't think you will, because I think if you feel like you deserve it, right? You put in the effort,
and you didn't,
and it didn't go your way, I think you're the kind of person that's going to roll your sleeves up and you're going to go after the next.
Let's hope that that's what people
do. Yeah.
And you spend a little bit of time grieving the loss of what didn't happen for you.
Right.
And you get back at it. That's the right attitude.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this episode is about.
Yeah.
It's how you turn this thinking that I deserve something and really make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go into a little bit of what the psychology says a little bit more. So there's a 2023 study by Confino et al. Demonstrated that a sense of entitlement and gratitude are not just opposites, they're distinct traits, which I thought was very interesting. Someone can feel gratitude, but also still have entitlement in certain domains. Interesting. And that, I can see that for me. So someone can feel gratitude about their life, but you still feel in certain domains and you're like you're entitled to something. I'm going to give you an example of me, a very vulnerable example of me in a minute. In athletes, entitlement actually increases performance anxiety. When they think they're entitled to something because they've worked hard for it and they don't get it. That increases performance anxiety. When one believes they deserve success, failure threatens their identity rather than being a learning opportunity. So that's what you got to watch out for. When you think you deserve something, you're entitled to something. This success, I deserve it. It needs to come my way. It needs to happen for me. And when it doesn't happen, you're missing an opportunity to learn and grow from it. So we're talking about fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Again, as always, mindset. That's a fixed mindset. Damn it. Why is it not happening for me?
Yeah.
The piece here about gratitude, you can feel gratitude in certain areas of your life, but and entitlement in others. I definitely have felt that with social media and maybe a little bit of this podcast. There's so many podcasts out there in my space, and I'm struggling to get the podcast rankings up higher. I'm struggling to get it out there and to be more known. It's not easy once you get to this level. So in January, it'll be 6 years since we've been podcasting, and we're doing well, but I want to get to the 1%. I want to get 1% globally, and going from 2% to 1% is huge. It's hard. It's hard. And that's
always that last step.
Yeah. And that's why I always ask all of you who are listening and watching to please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast, because that's what's going to make the difference. Because I'm not monetizing. It's really just this labor of love that I and now you are putting forward to the good people out there in the world to take something from this, that you can get a nugget of knowledge or insight or some personal development. And I have watched others who've come behind me, not even so much the mental health people, but I've watched people in more the coaching space come up behind me, start after 2020, and now they're like a top 1% podcast. And it's driven me a little crazy. And I will show you all and talk to you all about my vulnerable side. I have done this comparing and despairing, which I know not to do. I've known it's cognitive therapy. I've been teaching it for 25 years. I know not to do it, and I'm human, and I do it. And you guys have probably heard me on the podcast before. It drives me crazy at times to see these big name life coaches who are more celebrities, more motivational speakers. Some of them do work with clients and have these really big, huge, killing it podcasts or making a crap ton of money in sponsorships because they're basically like celebrity status at this point. None of them are licensed mental health people. And that's what makes me stand out. What makes me so amazing as a life coach is my mental health background. I'm not feeling seen and heard at times. And so I get up in my head about, I think that I deserve more. I deserve more. I deserve to be a bigger podcast. I'm admitting that. And I've had some sobering conversations with coaches, people I've paid to coach me, life coaches, business coaches, who've said, you don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything. You get what you get. So keep working. And it's like, okay. It's humbling. It's been humbling to hear. And it's been like a shot in the arm. I have one coach in particular who's very direct and blunt. There's times she could be a bit almost, and I'm pretty blunt at times, but she's almost too much for me. But I can handle it. I'm a big girl. I got my big girl pants on. I can take it. And I don't like hearing it. She makes me really mad. And there's also truth to it. And that's what I pay her for. I pay her to hear that you don't deserve it. Just keep doing the work, keep putting out good information, just go through the reps.
Yeah.
Do your job.
Yeah.
Continue. And it'll come out for you. It's okay though. And I say this all the time to my own clients, focus on the process, not the outcome, right? It's a process. And then here I am getting caught up in the outcome. I want it to be a top 1% podcast. No, that's not happening right now.
Yeah.
Focus on here and now, this episode with all of you, and give you all the good stuff. And that's what's important. And I need reminding of that because I think I deserve more.
You could only control what you could control. So it's very interesting that you just bottled up the difference right there live between entitlement and deserving.
Because I don't think I'm entitled.
Correct.
I had thought and I felt that I deserved more.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Well,
I don't deserve.
You don't, but it's a mindset. It's in your head. Right? You deserve it because you put in the effort, which was how we started this whole conversation. I put in the effort. I deserve at least a shot to be in a top 1% versus the ones that came behind you. And we all know who we're talking about, right? Whether it's a celebrity or it's people that we actually do know. And they come from a place of entitlement.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Everyone knows me. I'm on the magazine covers. or the person that I'm partnering with has got this big network or whatever it is. They don't come from a place of I've given a lot of effort and I'm working my way up to the 1%. I'm entitled to be at that seat right there. Versus what you're saying is like, ooh, I put in a ton of effort. I put in 5 years of effort, right?
And it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
And the lesson for me is, Anna, keep your head down and keep going.
There you go. That's exactly right.
It's easier said than done, though.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. So, what does it come down to? For me, it's like, okay, be humble. Humility is a hard one at times for, I think, many of us. Be humble, eat some humble pie, and have gratitude for all that you have done. And when I think of it that way, when I've had coaches and even I've sort of lamented to family members and friends, they're like, Anna, are you kidding me? Like, top 2% globally is huge. And look at what you're putting out there to the world. Look at what you're giving to people. You don't realize, and you say this to me, Tim, because you hear about it. You don't realize who's listening to you. And you don't realize that you are giving really good information, insights, and nuggets for people to take from. People who can't afford one-on-one coaching, people who can't afford therapy, they're learning from this and they can take from this. No, it's not a substitute for your one-on-one therapist or coach, but you can get some really good stuff from this podcast.
Yeah. I mean,
and then I think about that. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah. And when people share, like people take the time to share episodes just because of what the content is that week to someone that really could benefit from the information.
Yeah.
And we get those stories that do come back to us, or at least I do, quite often, to be honest. It's like, that's when you're like, oh, okay, we did a good thing right there.
It's all worth it.
Yeah.
It's all worth it.
Yes.
All the time, energy.
Yeah.
It's a labor of love, which I've always said. Okay. So deserving is a backward looking or comparison based mindset, which I said earlier, it's really a fixed mindset. So it's looking back, which we say look back, but don't stare. It's comparison based. So that's a compare and despair to others mindset. It judges the past or benchmarks others, which is exactly what I have done. It does judge the past, all the work I've done, which you just heard me say. And I have been benchmarking others at times. It's not right to do that. That's their story. That's their journey. That's their effort. Let that be. And when I say this to my clients, and I had to remind myself of it earlier in the week, was the racehorses. If you ever watched thoroughbred racing or harness racing, and they put the blinders and the horses, the blinkers on the racehorses. It's so that they can stay looking straight, stay forward. Don't be looking around. Don't be looking around. Some horses need them, others don't. And I think most of us need to put blinkers on. Like, look straight ahead, keep your eye on the prize, keep focused, get at it, keep going. You got this. But don't be looking around what everybody else is doing. Don't be looking around what everybody else is doing on social media. What everybody else, and for me in my field, all the therapists on TikTok and all the coaches, don't be doing that. If you need to spend less time on social media, spend less time on social media. Don't be looking around at all the influencers, how great her body is, how snatched she is, how cut and how jacked he is. Forget about that.
Yeah.
Look at all the weight they've lost. Look at the car they're driving. All the things. Look at the house that they just bought. And now they live in this amazing condo. No. Put your blinkers on. Keep your eye on the prize of what your goals are and go ahead. And don't be looking around and thinking you deserve. You're going to get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
That's what you're saying. Could you consider also spinning it the other way? Like, was it backward looking, you said? Could it be that like you're just taking a peek back at all your efforts?
You can do that.
Right?
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't compare it to people who are not in your lane, or even if they are in your lane.
No.
Their story and their narrative and their journey is different from yours.
And that's entitlement. Because you don't consider everybody else, right? It's me. I'm in the spotlight. The spotlight's, you're not even in it. It's a
little bit of,
yeah.
I think of it as deserving. I don't think of it as much. Maybe it's entitlement. I think of it as, maybe it's pride, that I have pride in myself and I think I deserve it. It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
What you're thinking, so what do they say? If you believe it or you don't believe it, you think it or you don't think it, it's all true.
Right?
You think you deserve something. Well, you can go ahead and think you deserve something. It's not happening for you.
You can talk yourself into almost anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead. Think you deserve it. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Why is that? This is hard. This is what's hard about coaching. This is hard coaching lesson because you have to look at yourself. Stop looking at everybody else around you. Okay, it hasn't happened. Sometimes you have to do a really critical inventory of yourself. What am I not doing here?
Yeah.
How am I showing up? How am I not showing up in life?
Yeah.
What's my attitude?
Yeah, because maybe you're misreading things about
Maybe
yourself.
you need to pay for consultation. Maybe you need to get somebody else to come in and take a look at your business. Maybe you need to pay somebody else to come in and take a look at your personal life. Maybe you need to pay somebody else to come in and take a look at your marriage or your paramour relationship with your partner. Maybe you need to have somebody come in and take a look at your house, your kids. I can tell a lot by how someone keeps their home. It is an indication, not the whole story, but it's an indication.
Yeah.
So take a look at yourself rather than looking at everybody else around you. And here's the thing, and here's something. This is some wisdom for all of you. All ain't what it seems, people. All is not as it seems. You think these people that you see, your neighbors, the person on TikTok, the person on Instagram, they got it all together. You would be amazed. They do not. They do not. When you go outside, the big lights or the ring light of the video they just did, go take it. If you could get it, someone in there, take a camera, go look around the rest of their place. Clutter, stacks, crap, everything. That's fine. I mean, it's fine. But I think sometimes the messaging is that, look how hot I am with my cute little outfit. And this is my daily protein shake. And I go to bed, I get 8 hours of sleep and I don't drink. I don't know. It's like, okay, you're too perfect. But no. There's no perfection. No one's perfect. We see this a lot. And I know because I having worked with people in the social media space as a coach and a therapist over the years, and I mentioned it here before, I know it's not all as it seems. Just like when I have seen, so my practice is in Chicagoland area, and I've seen very, very successful, wealthy people over the years. I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, just to give you all a sense. I mean, I've seen the 1%ers. Let me tell you, their lives are not any better than yours. Do they have conveniences that the rest of us don't have? Yeah. They have a private jet? Yeah. Is it easy? They don't go to air. They go to the small local airports around here and they get on a small little plane and they get somewhere in an hour. It takes us 3 hours. We have to go through TSA and all that stuff in Atlanta and New York and LAX. They don't do that. So yeah, they have conveniences. I would take what we deal with every day over some of the problems these people have. Not all. I am generalizing. This is my professional experience. They got stuff just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
So when you talk about deserving, it's like, be careful what you think you deserve.
Yeah.
Because we're all just slogging through here on this planet.
Yeah. I think so. What you're describing is B-roll, right?
No, it is B-roll.
You're describing B-roll because, I mean, you and I have seen, and everybody that's ever flipped on their phone has seen the finished product.
Yeah.
Right. But what we forget about is how many takes did it require to get that finished product to where it is, where it's presentable to the world.
They've done it
right
5, 10, 15 times.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It is. And it's a lot of work. I mean, I know
it's a lot of work, but like when the
work.
camera stops or the take goes sideways and everybody stops filming for a second, you know, watch this. People start arguing and it gets ugly and it's like all the things happen. And then it's like, all right, let's try this again. Let's make it perfect one more time.
With the people I've seen, 25 years, wealthy clientele. I'm not all. I mean, it's lovely. I mean, I've seen people from all socioeconomic backgrounds and races. And I've met a lot of lovely, wonderful people throughout the many decades of practice. I also can tell you that all is not as it seems, whether it be you've been given the gift and you've worked hard for your financial wealth, that comes with a set of problems. If you are a major influencer, that comes with a set of problems. And for you all just to know that we're all slogging through and they may look beautiful and look very nice. It's hard for them too. Their heart might be different than your heart, but it's hard for them too.
Yeah.
So we're back to what do you deserve? And many of the people that I know too, they're doing very well, I'd say financially. They do deserve what's come their way. They've worked really, really hard on it and they don't give up and they keep showing up. They get brought in the mornings and they don't feel like it. They don't want to put makeup on. They don't want to put on a workout outfit. They don't want to go walk in the park this morning doing their story, and they're doing it. And it's hard for them. And they have to promote this product and that product. It's work.
Yeah. It's almost like you want the question, instead of do I deserve it? It's like, have I earned it?
There you go.
Like,
okay.
Like think
so
of
go
it.
Into that.
Think of it that way, maybe.
There you go.
Like,
exactly, Ted. So you're getting ahead of me. Let's do a very quick recap. So deserving is looking backwards or it's a comparison-based mindset versus receiving. So there's deserving and there's receiving. Receiving is forward-looking and opens your posture to possibility. That I can receive this. I will receive this. It accepts what's happening right now and asks you to ask yourself, how do I rise up? How do I rise? And I love that. So receiving is looking forward, right? And it opens up you're opening up your posture, yourself to possibility. Okay. What's happening right now? And how can I rise up even more than I already am? Entitlement demands, gratitude engages.
There you go.
There you go. Entitlement demands, gratitude engages. Those who live by I deserve, they often feel like life owes them something. I am owed something because of my work. Those who live by receiving, entrusted, like you said, entrusted, or have been gifted something, they know life gives them chances. So there you go.
Okay. That makes sense.
Really, really important.
Yeah. It totally makes sense to me.
So let's go into, here are your power moves. All right. So I want you to reframe deserve with entrusted, which Tim had just mentioned. So when you catch yourself saying, I deserve, I want you to pause and I want you to rewrite that sentence, either literally rewrite it on a piece of paper in your phone or in your head. Rewrite the sentence. I deserve with, I've been entrusted with, or I'm grateful to have, ... I've been entrusted with this position, this relationship,
This moment
This
of
account- this
success
account.
with whatever,
Yes,
I've
I've been entrusted with, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm grateful to have my health, my wealth, my family, my relationships, my friends.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Or
move into gratitude.
You could be grateful for a moment of success, which gives you a second to kind of appreciate the effort that got you there.
Yeah. And another one, you don't deserve your friends. You've been entrusted with your friends. They want to be around you. They want to hang with you. There's something about you that you have done that they want to be with you. So you've been entrusted these wonderful individuals in your life. Don't think for a second you deserve that, because you can lose that once you start out showing up that way. You've been entrusted with them, and be grateful for them and show it to them and tell them. That's a huge paradigm shift in thinking.
Yeah.
I've said this before, and this also follows for this episode as well, a gratitude audit. So I want you to move into more gratitude every day. I forget to do it every day. So this is life's work for all of us, but go into gratitude. At the end of the day, I want you to list 3 things in your life or work you didn't expect, but received. Okay. And it's even the small things. I didn't expect it, but I received it. I received great feedback on what I said in that meeting, my opinion. You can think of like, I didn't expect it, but I got this great feedback about what a great swim coach I am from the parents of these little kids I'm teaching.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, I like to take that moment of pause first thing in the morning. It's just me, because that sets me up for my approach to the coming day versus going to bed with those thoughts in my head. Although you could make an argument that, well, maybe you sleep better if you have those good thoughts, right? I don't know. But for me, I take that moment of pause in the morning and kind of reflect on the day before. Like, ooh, okay, that was awesome. That felt really good to me for these reasons. And that person benefited from my insight.
So when I was talking earlier about how I kind of would do the compare and despair about people, maybe podcasts that are doing better than mine, would get caught up in statistics. So what am I doing now? I don't pay attention to that anymore. I don't look. Our podcast manager will send us statistics, or the platform that we're on will send stats, but I don't look at them. I just delete it because I don't need to get caught up in that. And what do I remember? What do I lean on? What do I have gratitude for? Is the people who have reached out to me for coaching from the podcast, who said to me, I've had many people say to me, I'm so happy I found you. Okay, number 1, that's such a feel good. Number 2, I want to work with you. And the reason why I want to work with you is because you show up so real and vulnerable on your podcast. I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. Also, people say, if you didn't talk about what you talked about, if you weren't so vulnerable, I never would have called you. I never would have emailed you. I remind myself of that. Such a feel good that, okay, something's going right. And people have said, I relate to you.
Yeah.
And thank you for your realness. I love that.
And that only has to happen once and it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it's one
So
time
great.
ever.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I anchor into, is the good stuff I do hear from people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here's another action step for all of you. So I want you to go back to the 2 or 3 times in your life when something came up for you. So this is going to be a little bit more of flipping it a little bit to imposter syndrome. So there are times in our lives when I deserve. Well, here it comes. You're getting something. You're getting the opportunity. You're being chosen. You're the one who has to give the next presentation, but that's a real feather in your cap because not everybody gets chosen to give a presentation. You deserve it. You deserve it. Well, here it is. It's been given to you. Now, don't have imposter syndrome. Don't have imposter syndrome now. This is not the time. If you're getting what you think you deserve and you're getting it, geez, really just grab onto it and go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's important too, because I work with a lot of people over the years who've said, I deserve something. I deserve this. I deserve that. And they want coaching around it. And then in our work together, they get it. They end up getting it. And then like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You're like, no. Remember, you don't have imposter syndrome over this. You were chosen. And there's a reason for that. So,
Can I ask a question?
well, let me finish my action step.
Yeah.
I want you to write down other times in your life when you felt like you weren't ready for something that you felt like you deserved. Well, now here it is showing up. It's smack in front of your face. You have had other times in your life when you weren't ready, but you did it anyway. And I want you to think of those times and I want you to write it down or tell somebody. There were times that you were like, you're always second string. And now the coach is like, Tim, get up. Come on. You're starting today, the basketball game. You're starting. You're a JV, varsity. You're starting. Always second string. Always on the bench. Let's go. Get up. Go. Don't have imposter syndrome about that. Go. Now you're being chosen. You always feel like you deserve it. I'm always in practice. I'm here all the time at the 6:30 a.m. gym workout, strength training, and then practice after school until whatever time it is. And for a year, for 2 seasons, now you're up. Go. Don't have imposter syndrome about that.
Yeah.
I want to bring that in, okay? Because that's important because I will see that quite a bit.
Yeah.
The entitlement or the deserving, and then it does happen for you.
Right. And you're like, whoa.
And now you're up in your head about, oh, okay, I don't know. No. Go.
Yeah.
Go and have gratitude for it. And just remember those times in your life where I can do hard things. I've done this before.
Right.
What are you going to say? Sorry.
No. Just give us a little sneak peek behind the curtain real quick. So you have a client, you're coaching them to go after something, and then they finally get it, right? And so then you introduce the imposter syndrome idea, like don't have that. What's the next thing you help them with? You must continue to push that rock up the hill because you're not there. You're never really there.
Right.
So how does it go? What is your next bump for that?
After they talk about imposter syndrome?
Yeah. And now they're in it.
Well, we do a lot of work around mindset about moving out of deserving, and that they often need reminding, and we go to the evidence that you're not an imposter. And I always say imposters don't have imposter syndrome. True imposters don't have imposter syndrome. And no one I have ever worked with in all my years of practice has been an imposter. It's a syndrome because we finally get there where I deserve this, I've worked hard for this. And now you're there and you're like, oh, wait. Maybe I just interviewed really well for this job and I don't really deserve this position as you're going up the elevator on the first day to meet maybe your new boss and you're going to look at your new corner office, so to speak. I don't know. No. You do have the goods. And I want you to look for the evidence that you have the goods. You can go to the evidence in favor of and go to the evidence against. In favor of that you're an imposter.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I have never had a client tell me or show me evidence that they're an imposter.
Right. Okay. There you go.
It's our mindset. It's all in our own heads because it's about fear. It's anxiety and fear. Like, oh, geez. No. Look ahead. Keep looking ahead. Walk towards it. You've met that goal. You've been recognized. You're getting this position. You're getting this job.
Yeah.
You don't have evidence against it. You really don't.
Yeah. You have to go embrace it at this point, right?
And so we do a lot of work around mindset. And I have my clients look for evidence. And that it can be hard to grasp in the beginning, but once they go through the reps and they work on their neural programming, they get there. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I gave the example and I give it to my clients. I think I've given the example before on the podcast about who are the imposters. I mean, there are people who they're on like docuseries on streaming, the con artists, the people who are sociopaths, the people who truly have some sort of character disorder. Those are the people who are true imposters. And I gave the example of the woman who many years ago ran the Boston Marathon. And remember that?
Yes.
And I love it. It's on
Yeah.
YouTube. You can go look it up. It's a great example of a true imposter. When you go to Boston, you have to write. I think before you do almost any marathon, they have to know where to seed you. You have to put your finishing time. I think when you go to send in your form to register, what time you think you will finish. I think she did like a 4-hour marathon, or she said like a 4:10, 4:20 marathon time. And so, she was just a middle of the pack, so you have to qualify for the Boston Marathon. So you have to come in at a certain ranking in a qualifying marathon to qualify for Boston. Boston's the world's most elite running race, the marathon, I think in the world. She ran a marathon. She qualified for Boston. Okay, great. Boston's a hilly race. She probably figured that in. She wrote her time, and she said around a 4-hour time. She goes and does the race, and you got all the announcers watching everybody coming down. They're watching you throughout, the leaders through every mile, right? And mile 18 is Heartbreak Hill. I think it's around Worcester. It's at the Women's College or Boston College. I ran Boston in 2005. And Heartbreak Hill is known for it's a hard hill. It's mile 18. You're pretty tired and you go up this hill. It's actually not as hard as some of the other marathons I ran. Love you, Boston, but it's not as hard as some other races I've run.
Right.
Cincinnati was a lot harder than Boston.
Yeah.
So it's like mile 20, mile 21, mile 22. And here comes this woman. And where'd she come from? Where did this woman come from? The announcer's like, wow, who is this? Who is this? They're looking up quickly. So-and-so, so-and-so. Wow, where'd she come from? She just, no. And she runs, kicks it in, finishes Boston, and wins the race. Wins the Boston Marathon with all the celebration, the fanfare, gets the the Caesar laurel leaf crown on her head.
Nice job.
Standing on the podium with all the media. It's a big freaking deal.
Yeah.
They cannot figure out. And the woman who came in second is like crestfallen, so disappointed, like, oh, geez. And so there are a couple of people who are not giving up. This is strange. Who is this woman? We didn't know who she was. And they went back and did some history. Like, wait, this woman filled out her registration form. She said she'd do it in a 4:10. I think she did like I don't know what it was at the time, like a 2:36, like something insane. 2:40.
That's really fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And they go and they do some reconnaissance on this woman. I've told it on here before because I think it's kind of funny, because they go to Boston College and they start interviewing people, and these two kids, because it's a Patriot Day in Boston, which is the Monday and first or second Monday in April, Patriot Day. And it's a big party for the whole city of Boston. But they really shut down for this marathon, and it's a major party, day drinking for the college kids. So they talked to these two Boston College kids, and they were interviewing me like, oh yeah, we saw that lady. She was cutting across the campus. We saw her running across campus. She cheated the course.
Wow.
And we saw this. There was a woman who did this for the Ironman races too. She cheated the course, and she got back on at mile 18 or 19 in the marathon. It got way ahead of everybody. That's true. And she won. Air quote, won the race. But they took it away from her. It's kind of sad because they actually had to reach out to the woman who really won the race, who came in first. But she came in second. She was like from Eastern Bulgaria or Hungary. They had to reach out to her. They had to send her medal, her first place medal, her crown. They had to send it in the mail.
That all stinks.
So sad. Sad.
She missed out on all of
Everything. It's not the same. I'm sure she got sponsors and all that, but she missed out on the whole celebration, the fanfare of her hard work.
Yeah.
Because this true imposter lied and took it from her.
Yeah.
So for all of you, I'm telling you the story because none of you're not imposters. You're not imposters. If you get there, then you deserve it. Okay? So when things come your way, you do deserve that.
Yeah.
And take it in. Okay? So that's important. I wanted to share that with you. All right. This is an appropriate story for this week. One more story for all of you. So I'm from Washington, D.C. area. I grew up watching the Washington Redskins football team. Now we call them the Commanders, but it's very hard for me to say Commanders. And every time
we don't actually call them that.
And every time I go home to DC, the DMV, DC, in Maryland, Virginia area, everybody calls them the Skins. Some people do, but hard for many of us. We still call the Redskins the Skins. So the Commanders, the Redskins, were playing on Sunday, and Jaden Daniels, the quarterback, is hurt. Sprained his knee, and he's not going to play. I'm like, oh, geez, here we go. Great. He's a great quarterback, up-and-coming quarterback. Who's playing the entire game? Marcus Mariota. Hashtag Marcus Mariota. Shout out to Marcus Mariota. My gosh. He is 31 years old. I think he's married with 3 little kids. He has been around the NFL since his college days.
Mhm.
He's played for the Raiders. I think he played for the 49ers. He's played for like 5 NFL teams. He's just traded and
He
moved
played for
around.
Tennessee, maybe.
Tennessee.
I
He just
forget.
moved
Yeah.
around. I think he's been a second string quarterback. But okay, this is an example of somebody who could really, any of those people, these athletes, these quarterbacks who are second string, third string. What's his name? Sam, our third string quarterback from Notre Dame. Sam, what's his name? The good looking guy that played for Notre Dame that everybody is swooning over because he's such a good looking man.
I don't know.
Anyways, he was at Wake Forest and then he played for Notre Dame. Anyways, he's third string. And these are talented football players. These are talented athletes. These are talented quarterbacks. So Jane's hurt. Marcus is playing the whole game. Does a great job. We win. One of the sideline sports correspondents comes up to him, a woman, after the game, says, "How are you? How are you feeling? You did a great job." And he was emotional. Teared up. And I'm not going to tear up. Because I always tear up with these feel good stories.
Yeah.
She's like, "Why are you tearing up?" He's like, "I just have so much gratitude for the opportunity that I was given today." And he said, I played for the Raiders. I love the Raiders. I love the guys in that team. And this is just such a fun experience for me and a wonderful experience for me. And I just have gratitude. And I thought, wow, this is a great example for this week's episode about deserving.
Yeah.
I actually have to say, I don't know. I don't understand, and I don't really want to put myself in the shoes of be a pet. How hard it must be for these players to always be second fiddle, always be third fiddle. You're always second chair in the orchestra. You're always third chair. You're never first chair. You're never the starting quarterback, or you're rarely the start. You're the second. You're the third. You play if our main guy gets hurt, but you need to know all the plays. You need to have memorized everything. You need to know. You better be able to go like that and get up there and follow instruction. And you better have memorized those plays.
Yeah.
So they do all the work, all those weeks of training camp and study, and they don't play a game. And Jaden gets hurt. Marcus Mariota gets up there, has a fantastic knockout game. And what does he say? He doesn't say, "I deserve this. This is my time." He says, "I just have gratitude for this team, for the organization, and I'm just happy to be here."
Yeah. Because we've heard that.
I was humbled by
We've
that.
heard different responses to that question.
Yes.
Right? On television.
So it was it was humbling to hear. Here's your call to action this week. All right, everybody. So I want you to track your air quote deserve thoughts. I want you to track your thoughts. You deserve this. You deserve this. Each time you notice one of these thoughts when I deserve it, I'm entitled to this. I want you to log it. I want you to voice it into your phone, or you can write it down, journal it. Then I want you to apply a power move of gratitude. I want you to have a gratitude thought where I want you to reframe your deserving to gratitude, or I have been entrusted with. I have been entrusted with this. This is what I have been entrusted with. This is what I have gratitude for, okay? I know it's going to be hard for some of you. I understand. I get it. I'm right there with you. And you got to take out deserve and you got to put in gratitude or entrusted, okay? That's going to really help you shape the way you think, all right? And here's your bonus. I want you to share one deserving thought when you moved it into entrusted or gratitude shift, okay? So take one deserving thought. When you moved it into gratitude or I've been entrusted with, I want you to share it publicly. I want you to share it with your family, your friends, put it on social media, all right? And I want you to own it. I want you to own that good stuff, that I moved from this attitude of deserving and entitlement, and I moved into I've been entrusted with this. I have gratitude for this, and I want you to share it with people, and I want you to own it, okay? You deserve that. Own it.
I like it.
All right?
Cool.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one. It's hard. Like I've said, I have felt like I've deserved a lot in life, and no, I don't deserve anything. I'm working for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm entrusted.
And we all fall into this conversation.
It's human condition.
Over and again.
Yeah, and
right?
no judgment, no shame to any of us, myself included. It's part of who we are as people.
Yeah.
And then we just need to take a second, think it through, just take a beat, and come back out.
Yeah.
Okay?
There you go.
All right, everyone. Hope that this helped. Mad love until next week.